Hey! Why don't y'all leave her alone?
Why are you so crazy?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 funniest Everybody Hates Chris moments.
I allow you to sleep here at night. I allow you to eat them potatoes. I allow you to use my lights. I allow you to drink my Kool-Aid. I allow you to nibble on them green beans.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most humorous bits from Chris Rock's iconic sitcom. Which character makes you laugh the most? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, You So Crazy. Every comedy character needs a fatal flaw, and Chris has plenty. If he was a cool kid who always got the girl, there would be no show.
No, I mean like, you and me go out.
What?
Strike 3 and you're out.
And some of the funniest moments from the series are created by our hero's awkward encounters with girls. His friendship with Tasha cracks us up the most. Chris tries to impress her in more ways than one in this episode, but she keeps hitting him with her now infamous catchphrase.
I thought about being chivalrous.
Boy, you so crazy.
Boy, is that your good jacket?
And it's all the funnier because we start to see it coming. However, when he tries out a new bad boy persona after some investigating, things start looking up. It doesn't last long though, and soon he's right back where he started. We feel for him, but it's amazing.
Is this your x-ray?
Yeah.
Boy, you so crazy.
Crazy like a boy with a shoe up his butt.
Number 9, The Lasagna Chronicles. Who can forget the time Chris got creative in class, cooking up a very special lasagna after finding himself in possession of a certain mind-altering substance?
Now I had two problems. The guy's weed was in a lasagna, and I had a lasagna full of weed.
He's an unlikely smuggler, which makes it all the more ridiculous when he returns the baked goods to its bemused owner, TJ. It's all in that touch of swagger.
Hey, I want my stuff, and you bet not to smoke none.
Oh, I didn't smoke it. I, baked it.
The episode ends with a classic screwball comedy mix-up. There's a swap out at the cookout, and it dawns on Chris that TJ got the wrong dish. The real baked goods wind up in the hands of Ms. Morello, who iconically makes the most of her good fortune. It's the perfect punchline to a gold standard episode.
So if that went to TJ, who's got the lasagna with the weed in it?
Number 8, Tanya's trip to the salon. The beauty shop is always the best place to catch up on your gossip.
And I heard Peggy, she said that she caught them in her house.
Wait, in her house?
Yes.
What, did she stab him?
Girl.
Because you know I would have stabbed
Oh, I knew
Julius,
you would have
right?
stabbed him.
But as this episode proves, you should always check to see who might be listening. When Tanya accompanies Rochelle, she gets a glimpse into an outrageous new world, where husbands have girlfriends, boyfriends don't take responsibility, and men just aren't any good.
Daddy, do you have a girlfriend?
What?
Well,
No! Why would you ask me a question like that, baby?
Because men ain't no good.
This sets the scene for some comedy gold at the dinner table. When Tanya asks her father, Julius, whether he has a girlfriend, the family's expressions are priceless. Rochelle prepares for battle, and a blindsided Julius wonders what he's done wrong. But it's Tanya's newfound sense of worldly wisdom that makes us laugh the most. It turns out beauty shops are good for more than just haircuts.
What am I supposed to think when you come home talking like this?
Fine, I promise I'll talk to the girls at the shop and make sure that they don't gossip around her.
Number 7, Rochelle's Turtles. We all need our little treats, and Rochelle Rock has never been more relatable than when she's sugar deprived. Chocolate turtles are her luxury item of choice, but when the family decide to cut back, she's forced to go without.
Cut back on what? I mean, we're barely getting by as it is.
Her descent into turtle-craving madness is a joy to watch. She's usually the one holding the family together, so it's fun to see her lose control. She's climbing the walls with stress and knocking back the syrup to get her sugar fix.
Some people had wine, my mom had Aunt Jemima.
So when she discovers that her husband is still buying lottery tickets, his little luxury item, well, she hysterically loses it. It seems that some things are non-negotiable, and everyone's happier once the treats are back on the menu.
I ain't got my turtles. I'm over here drinking syrup
Why, you're still buying lottery tickets.
Number 6, Chris does karate. Watching the long-suffering Chris with his little brother Drew always makes us laugh, especially when the younger kid acts like the big one.
He was better with girls.
Hi, Drew. Hi, Drew. Hi, Chris.
A karate showdown in the street was always going to be a winner on the comedy front, but when Chris accidentally on purpose breaks his brother's arm, the entertaining drama gets real. The joke is that Chris just can't win. Even with one of his arms out of commission, Drew is fully thriving. He doesn't even need his big brother's help. The final moments of the episode further underscore the gag. Drew even breaks limbs better than Chris.
Basically, you take your opponent's hand.
I think I got it.
Number 5, Julius plays Santa. One of the show's best running jokes comes from Chris's dad, Julius. He always knows the price of everything and hates to see a cent wasted. So he's the perfect choice to play Santa Claus.
Do you have that kind of money? No. Well, neither does Santa.
Welcome to my world, kid.
Indeed, he bags a job as a department store Santa with Chris as his trusty elf. From the moment you know the premise, it's clear that this episode will be a classic. We understand Julius well enough by this point to guess how it's all going to end.
You firing me at Christmas time?
That's the only time you can fire Santa.
The anticipation of the gag is almost as funny as the brilliant comedy moments that follow. At the enjoyably predictable denouement, the kids leave the store with their holiday hopes dashed, while stingy Saint Nick gets the sack.
I don't know if he's more concerned because I lost consciousness or because I lost a half day's pay.
Number 4, Chris asks for an allowance. As a teen, there's nothing worse than wanting something you can't have.
And the coolest thing you could have when I was 13 was a leather jacket.
In this relatable episode, Chris wants a leather jacket so bad that he's prepared to take some desperate measures. A clueless Greg suggests that his friend ask his dad for an allowance so that he can save up.
The only thing is, I don't have $50.
Just save up your allowance.
A what?
An allowance? It's money that your parents give you every week.
I had heard about allowances, but I didn't know they actually existed.
And luckily for us, Chris is crazy enough to try. We know what his answer will be, but nobody expected it to last so long. Julius's lengthy response is more comical than anything we could have anticipated.
Allowance? I allow you to sleep here at night. I allow you to eat them potatoes. I allow you to use my lights.
Amazed at his son's audacity, he starts listing every single thing he pays for Chris to do.
I allow you to run up my gas bill. I allow you to walk up my stairs. I allow you to ask me these ridiculous-ass questions.
We guess it was worth a shot, though. Number 3, Bad Boy Chris. Earlier in this list, we mentioned Chris's attempt to win over Tasha, the dream girl next door. We've seen how this bad boy phase ended, but how did it begin?
Watching Slave a Slave, I learned the most important thing about being a bad boy. When it comes to girls, the meaner the better. And whatever you do, don't be nice.
In an attempt to imitate Tasha's favorite rapper, Chris develops an attitude with the customers in the convenience store. The future comedian's new persona is as far removed from his usual shtick as possible.
I was a bad boy years before Martin Lawrence and Will Smith.
Hey, Chris.
Do I know you?
You don't remember me?
Don't look like I remember you?
It's the contrast that makes us laugh, especially set against Chris Rock's tongue-in-cheek voiceover. Nevertheless, the girls in his neighborhood start responding to the rudeness. It's great to see him embrace his grumpy side, even if it ends up being short-lived.
What's up with that hat?
You don't like it?
If it's covered up a bald spot, it's fine. It's much better than your hair.
What's wrong with my hair?
What's not wrong with your hair?
Number 2, Julius's other family. As sitcom families go, the Rocks are more functional than most. Julius and Rochelle have a happy marriage, they love their kids, and they keep them in line. But then Rochelle finds a credit card with Julius's name on it.
Attached is your new credit card. Card holder since 1970?
She soon conjures up an exaggerated fantasy family with kids who call her husband father and a wife who flashes the plastic. Julius has even learned Spanish in this scenario.
Y tienes 46 centavos de arroz frijol.
Ay, mi amor, pero no te preocupes, que si yo lo voy a pagar con la tarjeta de crédito, y ya.
It's fun to see how quickly Rochelle's imagination goes into overdrive, and Terry Crews acts the fantasy sequence with gusto. In a later season, we learn that Julius does have a secret marriage in his past.
You know, Julius,
You know how much a light bulb costs per watt. How can you not know that you have another wife?
Still, the idea of this notorious penny pincher endorsing credit card spending is the biggest joke. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Chris's Halloween costume. Try not to laugh seeing him dressed up as Prince.
Woo! Woo! Can I have your autograph, please? Do that thing, do that thing. One more time, one more time.
Food stamps. Rochelle has us crying laughing when she becomes a food stamp hustler.
Food stamps, I got those food stamps. What? What? You gotta speak up, I can't hear what you're saying. I said I got food stamps, I got those food stamps. Oh, whoop-de-damn-do, I got food stamps too.
Sweet Tooth the candy pimp. The butcher loves to steal candy at Halloween, and we love to watch him do it.
Candy, candy, candy. Halloween candy. So what you kids got in the bags? Give it up to Sweet Tooth.
Snowed in. School is canceled due to snow, but Chris shows up anyway, and hilarity ensues.
You're not allowed to leave school without the consent of a parent or guardian.
So you're saying the only reason why I can't leave is because I'm here?
That, my friend, is a paradox.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Tanya and Drew's Dare Game. Chris may be the star of this show, but Tanya and Drew's sibling relationship provides some of the sitcom's best set pieces.
What are you doing?
When broke kids get bored, they play one of the cheapest games ever invented. I Dare You.
One of the most memorable is their side-splitting game of I Dare You. They prove that the greatest kids' pastimes don't have to cost a thing to cause plenty of epic, unhinged chaos.
In the game of Dare, there are no rules, there are no regulations, and the game doesn't end till somebody's dead.
All they need is a bit of imagination and a can-do mentality when it comes to dumb stuff. Sure, it starts with an ice cube under the armpit, but Chris's little brother and sister certainly aren't short on ideas. The dares just keep leveling up, and it's priceless.
I dare you to slide down these stairs on your back.
Give me the towel.
Only place more dangerous than the streets of Brooklyn were the hallways of Brooklyn.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.